Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be doing a reading on why do we die? Like, why? What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of even being here, right? So let's go ahead and see. Alright. Why do we die? Oh wait. What is death exactly? What happens after we die? Wheel of Fortune. Back of the deck is Queen of Wands. Why? What is that? Okay. Why? What is, before I forget. Alright, so as far as why, the purpose is to leave behind. I feel like this earth place, I don't really feel like it actually serves us. It has a purpose, but once we leave here, we actually go to a place where we have everything we want, right? Where our desires are actually fulfilled, because we have to pass in order to get what we want, in order to have what we find to be happiness and success. Like, we spend our whole lives trying to get peace of mind, and ease, and to feel at ease. And I feel like by passing, we're able to have that. After the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups of manifestation and wish fulfillment and getting what you want. That paired with the Wheel of Fortune and the position of what comes next, excuse me, tells me that when you leave here, it actually gets much better. Like, if we knew what came after, we would not want to be here. You know how they say, oh, they're in a better place now? I can guarantee you it's a much better place. Far better place. Now, when it comes to what exactly is death, we have the Temperance card in reverse. So I think that's just the act of just letting go of everything, right? Because the Temperance upright talks about having all of the elements and combining them to make something come to life. And the Temperance in reverse literally tells me it's letting go of something. Oh my God, I got the, oh yeah, Justice card and the Strength card, right? So Justice is about getting what you deserve. And it's also about karma, the score being settled, right? So that's that's a little bit worrisome. We need a clarifier for the Justice card. New beginnings, yep. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like it's actually a quick process. This idea of karma, I think when you pass, you really get a dose of karma and you really start to understand what that is. But in a way, like, this is saving you from what? What is death saving you from? Things done in the dark, decisions that are made by our subconscious. There's 3 levels of consciousness, right? We think of it as the mind, body, and spirit. Consciousness, subconsciousness, and the spirit has its own consciousness of, like, intuition and stuff like that, right? So by doing this, we're learning secrets. Look at the little crab, that little Cancer sign. When I think of the moon and the crab, I think of the divine feminine, right? And look at this. We have the pregnant lady, we have this lady here, and we have the old lady. There's a lot of things that are uncovered. We learn things. We find out about things. What do we find out about? So far we know that death is karma. It's the ultimate lesson. It's the final lesson. It's the final boss, right? And yeah, it's the pursuit of karma. 4 of Swords, the Fool, the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so what is uncovered? And the Hierophant. Ooh, yeah, I'm looking at this as like a god kind of figure, something like that. The Six of Pentacles, repeating the past, going back to the past, going back to where you come from. So when it comes to what was that last card I had? Oh yeah, what is being uncovered? So we have the Four of Swords, right? So that's being laid to rest. We have the Fool, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. You give what you get. New beginnings. Or you get what you give. I do believe, I know like a lot of religions have this concept of heaven and hell. I do believe that there is some sort of state that you enter that has to do with where you were spiritually on earth. What is this like choice? Is free will? What about this? Give one thing and get back what you put out. What is that about? Give and get. You reap what you sow. The Death card. Yeah. The Seven. Yeah, when you pass, you get exactly Seven of Wands. You get exactly what you got, right? So in life, there are a bunch of circumstances, and it can seem like people get away from things. All alleged and for entertainment purposes only, by the way. But it can seem like people get away with things that they shouldn't or something like that. That's not true. That is not true at all. When you pass, you get what you put out. And I need a clarifier for this Chariot card. And there's a concept of heaven and hell. And while I don't believe there's a literal heaven and hell, I do believe that there is where you are, maybe like frequency wise, is where you kind of, let me get a clarifier for that Chariot card. Ace of Cups in reverse. So emotional detachment. Isn't the Chariot, isn't that Cancer energy? Emotional detachment. So now we're getting into what happens after you die. I'm telling you, you get what you put out. What is free will about? Do we truly have free will? King of Wands. Nine of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Hermit card. So when it comes to the King of Wands, I do believe we have free will. But with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I don't necessarily feel like we have the power to manifest everything we want. I do believe there is this kind of fate aspect to it. But with the Six of Pentacles, again, you get what you give. You have contracts when you come here. You have a purpose. Does it look better with the light off? Oh, no. You do have a purpose, right? Excuse me, there is something that you're put here to do, and sometimes that may get in the way of what you're trying to manifest for yourself. So yeah, you have free will, but free will doesn't necessarily mean you get whatever you want, whenever you want, and so on and so forth. There will be obstacles. There will be obstacles that were given to you before you even came here, right? So some people are born into certain situations that kind of X out the potential for certain things to happen the second they're born, right? Because yes, you have free will, but I feel like it's a lot more limited than we think it is. And with the Hermit card, that is getting in touch with yourself. That is getting in touch with your intuition and your spiritual side. So as far as what you're put here to do, and what to do with your free will, that's an answer that you have to figure out on your own. As far as how far you're actually able to go, you have to evaluate the cards you were dealt and go according to that. But yes, I do believe that you have the chance to go after what you want. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. So you can't necessarily manifest everything you want, but being grateful for what you currently have is how you attract more abundance into your life. I know that sounds so simple, so basic, but if you're grateful for what you have, then only then is it that you're able to make the most out of what you're given instead of always being miserable, right? So you have the Five of Pentacles, wanting power, Page of Pentacles, having opportunities for power. So yeah, I mean, there are opportunities to get what you want, but you have to be realistic. You have to look within the cards you were dealt, right? And explore options having to do with that. So let's talk about, when it comes to what comes after, I truly believe that you get what you deserve, and not necessarily like, oh, you were mean and now you're gonna have people be mean to you for eternity. Not exactly. More like let me just pull some cards before I make this statement. Yeah, Page of Cups and the Six of Wands, Two of Swords, Ace of Wands. So yeah, I mean, I think we all have our own version of heaven, right? With that Six of Wands, that's victory, success, getting what you want. I think we all have our own version of heaven. I do think we all get to live that. Regardless of what that is, I think just intuitively, whatever it is that you've wanted this whole time, you get it. I feel like you're able to have more kindness and compassion toward yourself. I feel like there's certain things that you learn that make you feel like, oh, wow, like, why was I so hard on myself? Why was I so hard on others? Like, earth and life really is hard. It really is difficult. And I should have had more compassion for myself and others because of that difficulty, right? With the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands, like I said, I feel like you have a choice in what happens afterward. What's that Ace of Wands? What's that Ace of Wands about? A choice between what and what? Choice between what and what? Choice between Nine of Swords and Four of Wands. Oof. Yes, so back of the deck is a Ten of Cups. So I do think you have like I said, you have a choice in what state you want to be in. And I think the energy that you embody here is the same energy that you embody on the spiritual realm, right? So if you want to bring that, if you want to bring, I don't know how to describe it. Because I'm not saying that you do enter your own version of heaven, right? But at the same time, I think some people remain kind of attached to what happened on Earth. And I think that may make it hard for some people to detach. But I feel like it's between staying stuck to what happened here on Earth or accepting this new home and being willing to sacrifice everything else. Like, I'm not gonna say, it's kind of like, do you want to stay here or do you want to leave? I think it's kind of simple like that. Like, okay, you've crossed over. Now, are you going to let go of the past and allow yourself to enter this new home? Or are you going to kind of stay on Earth? Not stay on Earth, but kind of keep those. It's really up to us. I really do feel like a lot of what happens after this is up to us. I do feel like we're given a choice. Now let's talk about past lives and reincarnation. What are past lives? What are reincarnations? How do we get to that? What role does that play in us passing away? So what exactly is... Well, all right, so what exactly is the past life? So, So, okay, so I do think that there is a commitment, let me see, rejection, accomplishment, new beginning, spiritual. I think with each life, you're given the opportunity to, I'm getting the term, we are forever. The universe lives through us and we live through the universe. So the universe needs us in order to go on, in order for it to survive. And we need the resources of the universe in order for us to survive. So I feel like there's some sort of exchange, right? But I feel like you're given the chance, whatever you feel you did not get, or whatever things were rejected or something like that, you're given the choice. You're absolutely given the choice of whether you want to try again or if you're going to accept what is. And yeah, it's so weird. So, okay, how come we don't remember anything when we come in? How come we don't? And mind you, different readers are going to give you different answers. Different people have the ability to see different things, right? And however, all a legend for entertainment purposes only, right? So, you know, we have the different chakras, and the crown chakra represents kind of like that unknown, that kind of psychic energy, right? So, you can, I feel like you can step into that crown chakra energy, but I feel like we're meant to be on earth. I don't know how to describe it. How to describe it? Like, I feel like it's a gift. Some people are born with an incredibly strong crown chakra. I feel like different people are born with different gifts in their bodies. Some people are born with that psychic ability. Some people are born with a strong, intense fighting spirit, a really strong root chakra. Some people are born with a really strong heart chakra, things like that. And it's up to us to use those gifts. It's like when you play a video game and you start with different characters and you get to choose which character you want, and different characters have different skills. I feel like reincarnation is that, where you get to choose. So when do you get to choose between these lives, and why don't we remember anything? So when is it you get to choose between different lives? Death, yeah, when you die. How come we don't remember anything when we come? Safety reasons. Sun and Knight of Wands. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles. So each life is supposed to be a new opportunity to have something entirely new. So yeah, when you pass, you get to choose. But I feel like we don't know what happens in our past lives, and it's for our safety and protection. Because I look at the Seven of Wands, it can talk about like the underdog, but it also talks about like defending oneself, standing up for yourself. The Sun card is positive outcomes, things being illuminated. The Knight of Wands is following a dream, following something you want, following your passion. And yeah, so I feel like when you pass, you get to make different choices on what you want. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, right? So we don't remember our past lives, and it's for the purpose of protecting us. It actually is much safer for us to not know. But I do feel like there is a way to get in contact or connect with your past lives through people. It's weird. It's almost like this big like play that we don't know we're in. So let's see. Why do some people choose to come back? Why do some people choose to come back? I think some people are just literally, I think that's the thing. Some people are stuck to the idea of what they wanted in the physical realm. Like some people are like, oh, I wanted to be a major actor. I didn't get to do it. So I'm going to try again to fulfill those dreams or something like that. But why do people choose to reincarnate? Why do people choose to reincarnate? Two of Cups, emotional attachment. Six of Cups, Temperance in reverse, and Ten of Cups upright. Yeah, I think some people choose to reincarnate simply because they're not ready to let go of who they are and what they had, right? It's almost like you miss it with the Six of Cups. And I feel like when people reincarnate, they may not realize it, but they're repeating the past. They're repeating the past. And this is why you have all these lifetimes. It's like people get so attached, the Ten of Pentacles, people get so attached to the material realm that they want to go back. They want to have those pleasures and those gifts and so on and so forth. Temperance card is out of balance. Yeah, so I feel like some people feel like, oh, well, I didn't get everything I wanted yet. Like, this is cool. I'm in this, like, I don't know, Garden of Eden, whatever. But there are things I wanted to do. And I want to go back and I want to fulfill those desires. Two of Cups. You know how there's, like, that note? Yep, Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. With the Ace of Cups. A mist. So I think some people, they're not quite ready to leave their loved ones behind. I know that sounds super, not that like, yeah, you live on and stuff like that, but you ever heard of those people who are like, oh, I'll see you in the next lifetime, something like that? I literally think that there are people who come back, because they want to have another life. It's to me, in my opinion, it's a little bit pointless because they come back thinking, oh, like I'm gonna have everything this time, and in some way, shape, or form, we just end up repeating the past. And it's like you eventually have to know how to let go. And I feel like reincarnation is not like, oh, you're necessarily like your spirit coming back. Like, yes and no. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Avatar, but there's all these different avatars and they're all the avatar, they're all the same being, but they have different like physical attributes and gifts in each lifetime. So it's part of your energy gets left behind. It's like you move on and you leave part of your life, you leave part of your power behind so that you get to see and witness yourself have all the things you want that you didn't get. Right? So like I said, some people are just really attached to the material world and fulfilling what they feel is their purpose, or their actual purpose. And that is where people kind of get caught up. They want a second chance at something. The Ace of Cups, they don't feel like all their dreams were fulfilled. They don't feel like they were able to get what they want, so they go chasing after that again. I'm getting, I hope you find your peace of mind in this lifetime. Right? It's from a song. They keep going because they felt like they didn't get everything they wanted and they want to try again. It's almost like a video game where like you pass the video game and then you play the video game because you know all the shortcuts and all that stuff, but it all ends in the same result at the end of the day. Whether you have these gifts or whatever, you get the same result at the end of the day. It's still the same video game. You defeat the final boss and then that's it. Like back to reality. Yeah, I'm getting back to life, back to reality. I'm hearing merrily, life is but a dream. Let's go ahead and see what that's about. I've always wondered what that saying actually meant. Life is but a dream. What does that have to do? Life is but a dream. What does that actually mean? Life is but a dream. Life is but a dream. What does that actually mean? Seven of Cups. Okay, that's literally the card of the dreamer. Two of Pentacles, today for tomorrow, sacrifices, equal give and change, Hierophant, back of the deck is the Two of Swords. You can't see life for what it really is. You can't see life for what it really is while you're in it. But yeah, literally life is kind of a dream. The Seven of Cups is a dreamer. That's the one that's not really seeing reality for what it is. The Two of Pentacles is an exchange, giving something for something. The Hierophant is commitment, religion, spirituality, right? So it's like, with the saying life is but a dream, it's like you can chase spiritual fulfillment, and you can chase what you're supposed to be doing, or you can choose to stick in your delusions and keep your head in the clouds and not really focus on bettering yourself. And when you do that, that's when you repeat the cycle. Because the two of Pentacles, it can be about finding balance. It can be about like an equal give and change, but in this context, I feel like it's finding balance between what we want and what we have, our dreams and what we're supposed to do. You have a career and you have a calling, right? Yeah, that's how I see this. It's kind of like when they say life is but a dream, it's like life is really just what you make it. Life is entirely what you make it. Yes, you have things that, and when I say life is what you make it, I don't mean like you have the ability to manifest whatever you want, because we all have a destiny, we all have a fate, we all have a purpose, right? However, excuse me, I don't know why I'm getting, see you in the next life. I feel like we can either stick with our material pleasures and what pleases the flesh and the ego, or we can choose between what pleases the spirit. And I feel like that's kind of what we're put here to do, to learn how to balance both energies, right? And when they say life is but a dream, it's, let me see. I feel like life is but a dream because when you're dreaming, sometimes you don't even realize that you're dreaming. It literally feels like you're in an alternate world. And I think that's what that saying means. Like, you don't realize that you're dreaming. You don't realize that you're in an alternate world right now. Like, there is a different world, and there are different worlds, right? And you don't realize that you're dreaming. You don't realize that you're dreaming. We get stuck in fleshly desires and stuff like that, and we forget that none of this actually matters. It matters, but not really. So damn, I forgot. So what happens after we pass? I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I'm just really interested in this idea of why we. Okay, so all right. So we pass in order to, like, when you pass, Nine of Cups in reverse. What happens after you pass? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, let me reshuffle because I've already been getting these cards. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'm just trying to figure out why we pass, why we're even born, and what happens after. So let's go into why we're even born in the first place. Star, Devil. I'm going to take one card from the back. Six of Swords. All right, so the Star card talks about hopes and dreams. The Devil card talks about that Pluto energy, obsessions and toxicity and stuff like that. And then the Six of Swords. So I feel like as far as why we're here, I feel like there's a goal. I feel like we have a goal to, like, break free of our, almost like the story, I know this sounds crazy, but almost like the story of the serpent. Or, you know how they did something and then they were cast to earth and now you learn your lessons on earth. I kind of feel like the Star card, that's Aquarius energy. That's moving forward, that's advancing. I feel like whatever, like, because I'm telling you, there's a different world. We're in one world and all we can see is this world, but there is a different world. And it's like, I feel like part of us is like, ooh, Earth. It's almost like a boot camp of some sort. It's almost like boot camp. Like when people go, yeah, it feels like Earth is like some sort of boot camp. And we come here to kind of learn better. You know, there's a song like, if I knew better, I would do better. This is not the end all be all. This is literally just like a video game we're in, or like a dream we're in, and we don't realize it's a dream. We don't realize it's a video game. But yeah, we're born. Page of Swords. Yeah, we're born. It's literally like a video game. It's like a video game where you have certain checkpoints that you're meant to go to, but then, like, in between, what happens between those checkpoints is entirely up to you, whether you want to be a good character or a bad character. Why are we given the purpose that we have? Why do we have a specific purpose? Why are we given this specific purpose? Three of Wands, looking forward to the future. Third parties, Three of Cups. 3, 3, and the Page of Swords. Back of the deck is the Nine of Cups. So as far as why we have this certain purpose we do, I don't even think it's about us. I think it's about a whole collective. We have a purpose, and it's not like, oh, you're put here to be a funny person. No, we're put here to support the community as a whole. When I think about 3, I think about the third house of community, siblings, commutes, right? getting from one place to another. So I think that everyone on this planet, in some way, shape, or form, we all kind of complement each other, and we all serve each other. And it's the same thing with the rest of the universe, right? Like this planet, or like, I don't know, like the sun keeps the earth alive, and the earth is kept alive by humans and the gases that we, stuff like that. Like, we're here for the same reason that the earth is here, and the sun is here, and the stars are here. Like, we like to put so much importance on ourselves, like, oh, we're so important, we're healing the entire world by just living our lives every day. And yes, it's very, extremely, incredibly possible, very high probability, but we're just part of a bigger system. And with the Page of Swords, that's the student and the activist. So yeah, we're meant to be students of life. We're all playing a part in keeping the universe alive. There's that. So I'm gonna try and see what happens to our loved ones who pass. What happens to them? What happens to our loved ones who pass? Divine Feminine. All right, so that's secrets. So when I get that card, sometimes I take it as we're not supposed to know because it's a secret. It's a spiritual thing, but clearly they go to a more spiritual realm. I feel like when you pass, you meet a soulmate. Or, okay, yes, but our family, like when we pass, we're like reunited. I'm telling you, I don't feel like this is like the real world. Like, this is a tangible world, right? But I don't feel like this is the end. I'm getting like heaven and hell comes to mind. And you get to decide where you want to go. Yeah, I feel like you reunite. You reunite with your family when you pass. And it's like you get this crown, like, congratulations, you made it, you passed the test, right? Is this them reuniting with our higher selves? Is this about the higher self? Is this about the higher self? Devil card. Yeah, okay, so look, we have, like I said, heaven and hell. These are two versions of the same reality and the same couple, right? Because this is based, the Lover's card is based off of the story of Adam and Eve, right? We have the serpent, we have the tree of life, and all this. And then we have the devil. It's the same couple, but you choose the light or you choose the darkness. And the Queen of Swords is like that logical part, right? And notice how the light is coming from this side of the card and the dark is coming from that side of the card. I feel like we like to choose ease, and we like to choose what feels natural to us because we're all born with, you know, these qualities. These qualities that are not actually self-serving, but they seem like they are. We're all born with these qualities, and we get to choose whether to feed in to these qualities that we have or choose to be part of the higher good. And that's, the darkness is facing that way, and she's looking that way because it's so much easier to feed into the flesh. But if you're able to support the soul and the spirit, you kind of get a better outcome. Or not kind of, you get a better outcome. So let's see, how do we connect with our loved ones who pass? How do we connect with them? Okay, power, religion, commitment. Oh. Power, commitment, intuition. I don't think we ever actually separate from them. I think once you're committed to one another, you're committed to one another, however that looks in this lifetime. And it's like an intuitive spiritual commitment. This is a commitment between people, right? This is religion. The Hierophant and the High Priestess, that's a couple. That's a spiritual couple. Yeah, I don't think you ever, I think that once you commit to someone on a spiritual level, that's it. which is why, like, I think of the Hierophant and High Priestess as like the divine feminine and divine masculine, and they're all part of one thing, like that yin yang energy, right? And yeah, I think once you commit to something, that's it. Like, I think that's why a lot of cultures kind of take marriage like really seriously, because it's the joining of two souls. It's that lifelong commitment. It's kind of imitating something else. I also believe you have a partner, a spiritual partner, like a relationship, like a couple. And it's, I don't know if I'll call it romantic. It's like, okay, like think of a video game, right? Or like, let's take Batman and Robin, for example. You could kind of think of them as really committed to each other, think of them as soulmates. I know they're not like soulmates, but that's kind of how it is. Like you have someone who's meant to support you and help guide you, and you two complement each other in different ways, like the Hierophant and the High Priestess, that kind of supplement each other and make it a little bit easier to do your job here. Yeah, and then with the Five of Pentacles, that talks about an idol, idolizing something. It could talk about wanting power, but if we look at the Five of Pentacles in a traditional way, it's about seeking guidance. So I think that when you do go away, there's an element of seeking guidance, you know? And you get that guidance, you learn things from this partner that you're meant to be with, right? So I'm just going to close it out there. Thanks for watching my channel. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.